Tonight, from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's Week 1 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports. As we'll see Josh Allen and the Kansas City Chiefs taking on Russell Wilson and the Cincinnati Bengals.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand, and this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback from Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
And, partner, when you hear about a 6'5", 235, 240-pound quarterback, you don't often think of him being overlooked coming out of high school, do you? That's exactly what happened to Josh Allen. Overlooked, ended up going to a junior college, Reedley Community College out in California, before matriculating to the University of Wyoming, and the Cowboys were so glad to get him.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
From the gun, it's Allen. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
On first down, it's Hines, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 41-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They run with Hines. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead.
Bengals, nothing.
So it'll remain to be seen how many drives this unit gets in, this being the preseason. But here they start with 3 points.
Yeah, I don't know that we'll actually see them anymore. They got 3 points on the board, 1 drive here in preseason. In this game, baseball caps, NFL approved, of course, for everyone.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by a 6-time Pro Bowler now in his 9th NFL season. It's Russell Wilson.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. The beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. First down carry by Jones. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 39.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. Shotgun, it's Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 31, Wilson. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
8-yard pickup. And the Bengals first down.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd and a couple. Wilson on the slant completes to Sutton. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. Now Jones. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Wilson. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Travis Kelce there to make the grab. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
And he's got it up and through. A 10-play drive that time. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
Josh Lambo is set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's Hines. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find the hole.
We'll take that.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now it's Hines. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Bengals' 45-yard line.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. This one caught by Isabella. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. They'll run on first down. Hines. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On first down, it's Hines. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Open man is Samuel. Complete. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Operating from the gun. Allen. That ball complete to Isabella. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Center's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays, and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's taken down. A cheap sack. The sack there by Trent Murphy. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It's caught. Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. They'll go jet sweep here with Sutton. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. So that's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
2nd and 11. From the gun, Wilson. On the right side, caught by Green. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 45-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. They'll run on first down. Jones. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. Now This will be his first throw off the bench. His throw incomplete. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got his man, that's Harry. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the jet sweep, here's Harry. Malcolm Smith there for the stop.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Second and 9. Hundley. And this is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now Hundley. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The kick by Lambeau is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now it's Wilson. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And now here comes Kansas City. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So he'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And Wilson has it. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Well, one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
I don't know what the heck he was. What a waste of time.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. And he's going to try and do this himself. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Hey, man, let's play our game.
Well, that's one of the drawbacks of running the RPO. If those linemen go into run block mode, you can't throw it if they're more than a yard downfield. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Throwing on 2nd and long. Driscoll. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Smith, his first carry. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and the Chiefs are going to get a fresh set of downs.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Now he'll try to run with this. And that's taken in. It's B.C. Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The timeout here is we got a player shaken up, and that's Johnson who's down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Coulter. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And he's got it. And the Chiefs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll run it with Johnson. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Second down and goal. Driscoll to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Bengals 10, Chiefs 9.
That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. Some disappointment?
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. What did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns. Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. He had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing, Hundley. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Second and 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Now, Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
Well, he's certainly trying to earn his way into some more looks in the offense once the regular season heats up. If he continues to make plays like that, I think QB1 will look his way a little more often once the regular season begins.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd and 1, Hundley Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
The Bengals on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
It's important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5 and to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And what a great call defensively there because they decided to bring pressure off the corner. And a lot of times, those big linemen, they can't account for the speed of a defensive back. And that time, he made a beeline right for the quarterback and got him. The cat blitz, tough to defend.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football. After the sack on 1st down, Driscoll, he's got his tight end, Jake Butt, and he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. 3rd down here.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Driscoll. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Back to throw. On the crossing route, complete. That's Fitzgerald. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Fitzgerald. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 13-yard line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score.
What a waste of time.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So one play and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. 3 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started less than 1 month from tonight. In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Brandon Guy.
Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Both sides searching for adjustments. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Mike Pennell with the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
On first down, Edmonds. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. On the carry, it's Edmonds. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw here. Fitzgerald on the slant. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. So another snag for Fitzgerald, who in 2015 became the youngest player at age 32 to hit 1,000 receptions. He's piling up some more.
Well, the way he's playing today, it's almost like he's trying to get a second 1,000 just in one contest. And when they're operating this well and clicking like that, well, that's a big reason why they're winning the game.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. He continues to deliver a 1st down here. He had 4 catches in the 1st half, and this one number 5. Here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
They'll try and throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A pickup of 44.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And what I really enjoyed about that run and what made it so impressive to me was how he improvised along the way. Sometimes on a big play, you just get the football and you take off in a straight line and go. But this time, how about the artistry of that play? That looked a little bit like a Picasso to me.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Hundley. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now back to throw. Got his man. That's Harry. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 2nd and goal, Hundley, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Larry Fitzgerald there to make the grab. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Josh Lambeau set to kick off.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. They run the option here on 1st and 10. That's out to the left flat and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I'm being given much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. On the ground, this is Johnson. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper into the game. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. Mario Addison in on the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Cedric Wilson there to make the grab. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
And his kick is right through. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
Set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals getting set to go. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now this throw caught left side and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or playing the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Another good game. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 31, Hundley. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Chase Edmonds, 26 yards, and the Bengals add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And that makes it a 9-point game. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was capped off by the Chase Edmonds touchdown run.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. KC's offense ready to take over. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
And it really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's
guy,
going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Now Johnson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Intended for Ed Dixon. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off right around the 43. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 10. Completes it to Dixon. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. And Dixon, 49 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, you picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing, Hundley. And his throw here is incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, Edmonds, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And we focus on Duke Johnson now. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game starts to open up as the game moves on.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
A throw over the middle taken in. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 41-yard line. Pick up there, 20 yards.
That's a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And his throw is incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and now it's second down.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
On 2nd and 10, Driscoll, screen play, Johnson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And our focus now moves on to Larry Fitzgerald. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. They'll look to throw now on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Chase Edmonds ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's
and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the former Super Bowl MVP, Malcolm Smith. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, 5. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. The return man, Wilson. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Kareem Martin. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And he's got Sanu. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Get him 22 there on the third down conversion.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Off the draw, here's Johnson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
Yards to go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
22-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A very solid gain of 27. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up second down and a bit farther.
Second down and goal. Driscoll to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. And Dixon ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Fielded near the back of the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Now the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll look to throw. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 23. They'll look to throw here. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now...
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at
come
maximum.
On. You can't give the guy a skirt steak. He scores 3 times.
Filet,
There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. And that will make this a 4-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by the Chase Edmonds touchdown run.
Josh Lambo is set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Now it's Wilson. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So the Chiefs now down on the scoreboard. 2:23 to play. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. He's back to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And that is caught for a touchdown, Kansas City. And Dixon there to make the grab. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the 4th.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see him scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And now all the focus, it shifts to the Bengals. Trailing by a field goal. 1:15 remaining. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. To Gabriel, middle of the field. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and it's 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This is Gabriel out on the left side. And out of bounds right around the 20. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding Gabriel complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Wide open receiver complete. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
It's another Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.